All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're just now going live, just getting on board on a few different platforms right now. So give us a moment because we've got to sync YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. And so we have to go live from 3 different cameras, and it takes a moment to sync those together. Quickly hit the share button and quickly get the word out. Most of you who have been with this ministry for a long time know that we are brought to the kingdom for such a time as this. And this is that hour. This is that moment. This is that time. We have been warning the church, and we've been warning the nations for over 20 years about the growth of radical Islam, about the intense anti-Semitism that is resurgent in our generation, about the need for moral clarity and for moral courage in this hour. And indeed, it seems that a crisis moment is upon us. I think we're live right now in all platforms. I'm not sure if we can come over here and help me with this chat. I'm not sure if that YouTube chat is functional. So just check that. We're still new on the YouTube platform, so still learning. Real quickly, as you're signing in, just tell us where you're watching from, please. Please sign in, tell us where you're watching from. And in just a few moments, we're going live to Israel. We have 2 special guests joining us from Israel. We're going to go live. It's late at night there. But really, Israeli society right now is just up 24/7 because the imminent attack that is here is just upon them. So let's review real quickly. Let's review before we go live to Israel. Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh was killed in an overnight strike in Tehran on Wednesday, the 31st. Now, unbelievably, if you look at a lot of the Western press, some of the Western, I saw a headline on one of the major news outlets, and it said this: well, how can Israel expect to have peace if they've now killed the chief negotiator? The ludicrousness of this is like saying, how could Winston Chamberlain have thought to have peace with Germany if what he did was assassinate Hitler? I mean, that's the stupidity. That's the stupidity of the Western media right now. The absolute idiocy of the Western media, complaining that Israel has assassinated one of the most bloodied, horrific monsters alive on planet Earth, who's responsible for thousands of deaths, sitting with billions of dollars in Qatar. He goes to Iran for this funeral, or it was a funeral, I think it was the installation of the new president, and he is done away with. And the Western media wants to somehow blame Israel in the midst of it. It's truly unbelievable. Hamas officials then said that they would be taking vengeance for his death, and then days later, Iran's leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, said that Iran sees it as its duty to now avenge the death of Haniyeh because he was killed on Iranian soil. So here's what we have, and we're about to go live in Israel. So stay tuned. By the way, right now, if you're not yet doing so, please go eagleswings.org/donate. I need partners with us now more than ever. We are every day needing to get finances to Abraham's Bread, to the Atidia family at the Forest of Life Farm. All of these are desperately needed right now. So please go to eagleswings.org/donate and be involved right now in making a difference on behalf of Israel. But here's what we have. We have the attack in Gaza that is still going on. Hamas has not surrendered. There is no ceasefire. The hostages, we're now over 300 days. The hostages are not home. So we have Hamas in Gaza. We have the Houthis from Yemen, the constant rocket attacks now. Just the other day in Tel Aviv, I think it was 1 or 2 people killed. by the rocket attack from the Houthis in Yemen. So Hamas, the Houthis, we have Hezbollah in the north, coming from Lebanon, from Syria, and now we have Iran. So Israel is on the brink of an all-out 4-stage war. And this is what we're dealing with in this hour. Israelis are living in bomb shelters. And now the threat of the attack is imminent. We're going to go live now to Jerusalem to two great friends of ours. We're going live to our dear friend Shlomo Ayal. And are we able to go live with two simultaneously? Yeah, I want to do that if we can. We're going live with Shlomo Ayal and with our dear friend Rabbi Natan Alexander. They're both going to give us updates. Now, I might have trouble. I guess I'll see them on that back screen. All right, so let's go live right now to Jerusalem and get these updates from Shlomo and from Rabbi Natan. So Shlomo, I'm going to go to you first, my brother. You've been with us many years, almost 25 years or more. And we've gone through a lot over the 25 years, Shlomo, but since October the 7th, we haven't seen anything like this. Shlomo, your dear mother, Zipporah, who I love so dearly, the other day, she's in her 80s, and Zipporah, the rocket attacks were coming, the sirens were sounding, and Zipporah, at 80 years old, had to make her way to the bomb shelter. And as she's making her way to the bomb shelter, she trips and falls and has to be rushed to Hadassah Hospital. Thank God she is okay. But these are the kinds of constant terror attacks that Israel's living under. Shlomo, tell us, what is the atmosphere right now in Jerusalem?
The atmosphere is that we are waiting and we don't know what will happen. They're telling us all the time that for sure will be attack. The army tell clear today, the spokesman of the IDF said it clear that no change for preparation, just be alert, close to a bomb shelter, but there is nothing, there is no any sign that we see from Iran, any missile comes from Iran. So probably tonight there will be nothing. The alert that they say maybe if it will start, it will start with Hezbollah from the north, from Lebanon. That telling us that about 7 directions that we have to be alert in the same time. As you mentioned that Bishop Robert, Lebanon is Hezbollah. From Syria, they're going to attack us. They're planning to attack us from Syria. They're planning to attack us from Iraq. That's the third country. The Houthis from Yemen, Iran, Hamas in Gaza. And if you consider maybe 7 target and 7 dangerous, it's actually the local Palestinian people in the Judea and Samaria. So this is the threat that we are facing. But I believe really, and I believe it, that nothing to be worried. It will be a damage, it will not be a big damage. We don't know how far. I don't think, and they say it clearly, Iran, that they don't want to have their revenge, that they want to target very hardly Israel. They want to punish Israel for the killing Ismail Haniyeh, but they don't want a war. They don't want a war. Hezbollah doesn't want a war. That's what they say it officially, and we don't want it to be a total war. So this is the reason that I think maybe just to do something, how strongly we don't know. It's all depend what will be the result. If will be a big damage and many people will be killed in Israel, we are going to answer. And I think, I feel probably that's our time that United States and Israel to stop the nuclear and to target it. That's the time to target Iran, to attack Iran and to attack the nuclear in Iran. Otherwise, it's too late because they're about a week to 2 weeks before having the nuclear. And if they will attack Israel, this is our opportunity to attack them. We are here ready. We are in a bomb shelter. We will be protected. I'm sure that will be damaged. They try to target all the infrastructure and but also we are ready. The Israeli army, the chief of staff, the defense minister, they all said it clearly that Israel is ready. Of course, we will not be 100%. We will be able to protect, but we are ready to protect against all the missiles. We will get the help from United States. You heard about all the warship that are here around us with a very, very heavy answer, and many troops, American troops and warships are here around us to protect, together with the allies that with us. And Saudi Arabia today.
Well, Shlomo, yeah. Well, Shlomo, we have heard of the warships that have gone over, and we are glad that there are warships and there is worship. There is both. There is the spiritual battle and the earthly battle. But I have to say, Shlomo, as an American, I've never seen support for Israel at such a contested place in America. Specifically,
we never got this support from America in the history. It was the best support of United States to Israel, with the Israeli army standing around us. We never had it before like this. But then they are doing that to prevent actually a total war of the whole region that affect the whole area. So I believe that Iran and Hezbollah, the seed, and they will not exaggerate. So they will do something. I don't think that they will do something radical. That's what I feel.
Well, that is certainly our prayer, Shlomo, and that's what we're praying for. I want to go now to our dear friend Rabbi Natan Alexander, and I love seeing that Rabbi Natan. He's a rabbi, but you also see him with his IDF uniform on, and this is such a picture of the people of Israel. There are people of the book, there are people of prayer, but they're simultaneously a people of battle and a people who are a mobilized army. And Rabbi, I want to begin with this. It really is remarkable that everything that Shlomo has just described to us, and Shlomo laid out for us, so with such expertise, Shlomo laid out the various fields of engagement, the Houthis, the Iraq, Iran, and of course, we often forget the own homegrown terrorists that you've got living there. The reality was that in Holon, just 2 days ago, there was a terrorist attack, and this murderer terrorist struck an 80-year-old man and a 67-year-old woman. I mean, this is who these people are. He didn't go and attack a soldier. He didn't go and attack a policeman. He attacked an 80-year-old man and a 67-year-old woman. This is the kind of people you're dealing with. But Rabbi, I'd like you to start for a moment about the fact that we're here in the midst of Tisha B'Av. And we're in the 3 weeks, the Bet HaMetzarim, the dire straits, this time where it seems that over and over again, Israel goes through this stress, goes through this attack. And I think Tisha B'Av is it tomorrow, the day after, yesterday? It's right in this season. Talk to us a little bit about Tisha B'Av. Of course, it's the day of the destruction of the first temple, the second temple. It's also the night of the beginning of Kristallnacht that really marked the beginning of the Shoah, of the Holocaust. And yet here we are again, and another time of troubles is upon us. Rabbi, just give us some commentary on all of this.
So first of all, thank you for having me on. Shalom, Shlomo, good to see you. Before I answer about Tisha B'Av, the 3 weeks, which has been a disastrous time for our nation for thousands of years, just talking about giving some context of where I am, where I'm speaking from. So the bishop spoke about the 7 different areas of potential attack. So I am in the 7th area. I live in Judea, and since the 7th of October, I was called up, and I've been serving in the Israeli Defense Forces for a full 10 months, minus 3 weeks. But apart from that, That's what my entire being has been, at the same time as being a father and a husband, because I live in Judea, and the job of my unit is to protect my town and the surrounding towns. In fact, my team itself has stopped 2 terrorists at our front gate, and so this is very real.
So wait a minute, your team for your local neighborhood, and I've had dinner at your home, I've been in your neighborhood. You're saying that right in your neighborhood, your local, because every Israeli family, they've got to know we need a security team. So they stand guard. They are watchmen, literally watchmen on the walls. They have to stand guard. And you're saying that 2 terrorists were apprehended or neutralized or caught or dissuaded, ran away, whatever it was, but literally at the gates of your neighborhood.
That's correct. Yeah, my team neutralized 2 terrorists at our front gates, because in Judea and Samaria we share the roads with the Palestinians, and so it's a major threat. And since the 7th of October, we've been protecting our towns that are surrounded by these enemies that want to rise up and kill us. The other thing is, and moving into Tisha B'Av and the 3 weeks, facing our enemies is just unfortunately a part of who the Jewish people are. And for over 2,000 years, we've done it. And it affects our DNA and our physical, but more emotional and spiritual DNA. And something that I just want to speak to that Shlomo didn't yet mention, and that is, yes, we believe we will be fine and God is on our side, and we have strong allies in America, and we have an amazing defense force, and the God of Israel will always reign and protect us. At the same time, we have children, and we have an entire society that is living on the edge. I went out this morning or this afternoon, and I played soccer with my 2 young boys of 12 and 9 years old. And the first thing that I did was I looked for an area that we could run to in case the rockets started to fly. My children are going to bed right now knowing that there is an imminent attack from all of these areas. So imagine the PTSD, the real life PTSD that this entire country is growing up with, let alone those that have said goodbye to their Abba, their father, 10 months ago, and know that he's in the middle of Gaza. Or for myself, a heartbreaking time was when I heard my 9-year-old tell my mother, his grandmother, when Abba goes out on shift, I never know if he's coming back. You know, these are emotional scars that live with us forever. And so those of you watching around the world, Bishop, you're just doing such incredible work to wake the world up to the reality of what we're going through. Yes, with God's help, with his guiding hand, with everything, with his cover, we will win this battle and this war. But at the same time, there are scars that will last forever with our nation, with our children, with our grandchildren, as well as positive, right? Knowing that we stand up for ourselves. We are no longer the Jews of Europe who go to the slaughter with our heads down, but we are Maccabees again, and we stand with our head up high and fight back. In regard to what the bishop introduced, that, you know, Israel should just keep quiet, and how can you go and kill your enemies and then hope for peace? Well, let's put those people in our situation and see what they would do. We need to fight back, and we need to show that the Jewish Israeli will stand up for himself, for herself, and will never ever go to the slaughter like we did in the Holocaust, Spanish Inquisition, and so on and so forth.
Well, and I want to say to both of you, to Shlomo Ayal, our dear brother and chief guide for 25 years, to Rabbi Natan Alexander, to both of you, it's not only Israel standing up. This is an attack on all of the Western world. And we are seeing this right now. There are scenes in Dearborn, Michigan. There are scenes in New York City. There are scenes in London, the UK. We see the rise of Islam. The Muslim community has a radicalized portion of it. I am not here saying that all Muslims are radicals. Of course not. We have many, many Muslim friends, wonderful, loving, kind, good people. But there are millions and millions, and I would say tens of millions, some estimates put it at 130 million, radicalized Muslims. They are well funded, they are well trained, they are well mobilized, and they have a plan to attack the little Satan and the big Satan. That is Israel and America. They have a plan to come after the Saturday people and the Sunday people. That is the Jews on Shabbat and the Christians on Sunday. And our brothers and sisters, our Christian brothers and sisters in Africa are living with martyrdom, are living with being slaughtered at the hands of radical Islam. Church, it is time to wake up. One of the things I need you to do right now is you need to get involved, get on all of our social media channels. If you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, I need you to go there, subscribe, hit the notifications button, hit the share button on Facebook. If you're not yet partnering with Eagles Wings, partner with us, eagleswings.org/donate. Together, we must lift our voices and rouse the church. The church is the conscience of the West. If we can awaken and mobilize the church, we can awaken society. But I say to you both, and I say to everyone online, I am, Shlomo, you're my dear brother. And because you're my brother, I disagree with you when I have to. I'm thrilled that the warships are there. That's good. But I'm telling you right now, in America, we have never heard such negativity against Israel, even from those now. Netanyahu came and gave an incredible speech, gave an amazing speech before Congress, and Vice President Harris had an opportunity to make a strong stand for Israel, to make a strong declaration. And instead, she pushed for the ceasefire. And then when 12 Israeli Druze children were murdered days later, we've heard almost nothing. We've heard, where's the call for ceasefire from Hezbollah? Where's the call for ceasefire from the Houthis? Why is this a one-sided pressure on Israel? So I'm telling you both as an American that we are witnessing the erosion, the fast erosion of American support for the Jewish state of Israel. And it is time for the church to wake up as watchmen on the walls and to stand on behalf of Israel. It is absolutely urgent. I cannot imagine Franklin Delano Roosevelt saying to Winston Churchill, hey, Churchill, you really need a ceasefire with Hitler. You really need to, we need to really be careful here about, what you're doing there. No, this was an all out war, and people understand. If you don't want war, don't start a war. If you don't want the casualties of war, if you don't want the price of war, don't start a war. But the reality is that radical Islam, by the way, did not start a war on October 7th. They just broke the latest ceasefire that they've had. They have had war after war after war against the Jewish people
6 times
from 1940s. Say it again, Shlomo.
They broke the ceasefire 6 times. Hamas, since 2007, they came to power in Gaza. They broke the ceasefire 6 times. And every time they sign ceasefire, they want to have a peace. We try to support them, to help them, to give them food, to give them the needs, to give money from many different sources. A lot of money came from Israel, from other, just to help them. What they gave us, they broke the ceasefire and they start to attack us with missile again. But I think Robert and Eagles Wings and all our friends, I just want you to know the reason why we are losing the support of Israel in the United States, in the whole Western world, because they are buying the big lie of the Arab countries, the radical Muslim. That's a big lie. It's not true. They try to blame us that we are genocide children and women in Gaza. But we are not genocide. We are helping. We are doing our best to avoid innocent people to hurt. There is no army in the whole world does what the Israeli army does to prevent casualties, civilian innocent people to be hurt. But it's a war, and in a war, and Hamas is using them and killing them and shooting them, but it will not help them. And I can tell you that we need you. We need you to help us to raise this voice, to bring the truth to the people who are genocide Israel, who want to destroy Israel. They say it clearly. That's what it's the mean from the river to the sea. They want to kill all the 7 million Jews that live today in Israel. They want to send us to the Mediterranean Sea. They want to genocide us. We don't do that. We want our hands for peace. We are asking to live in peace, and we do our best to give them anything they need just to live in peace. But they didn't get these chances. Always the bracket, and they destroy it, and they try to attack us. But God is with Israel. There is no any chance to destroy Israel. It's not God's will. And it's in the Bible, it says, who will bless Israel will be blessed. Who will curse Israel will be cursed. So we have to know this, that God will not let it be. We will be hurt.
Well,
And
Shlomo, we hear you, and we agree 100%. But God is also needing us to partner with him. Everything we look in Scripture, we see that God has the victory, but he needs us to partner. And so I want you to partner today. Listen, we need to bring this to a close. 2 or 3 things. Number 1, today I released a new YouTube video, 8 reasons you must stand with Israel. It was just released today. If you're on YouTube right now, it's there. I need you to watch that. I need you to send it to your pastor. I need you to forward it to your friends. I need you to encourage people to tune in and to get involved. Today's YouTube video, 8 reasons you must stand with Israel. Number 2, we are going to Israel. Nothing is going to keep us away. We are going. I'm so proud. I don't think we've had one person drop out yet. With all this that's going on, I don't think that is how strong Eagles Wings is. This is our 4th trip back since the war. I don't know what other Christian organizations have organized 4 trips since October 7th. This is our 4th trip back. We're leaving on September the 28th or 29th. There is still room. So go to eagleswings.org and make a decision to go to Israel. Be on the front lines of this battle. It will be life-changing for you. We want you to go and be involved. Number 3, I need you to become a partner. It is absolutely urgent. We cannot continue this work. I love you dearly, but some of you have been online and visit. Oh, we love you. We love you. If you love me, send me $10. I'm telling you, folks, we cannot continue this work just with good wishes. We need monthly partners to undergird and to stand alongside this work. Go to eagleswings.org and become a monthly partner of this ministry. Finally, I want to give the last word to our Israeli brothers. Shlomo, you go first. Shlomo, you've got 2 minutes.
Robert,
and then Rabbi Natan, 2 minutes. Go ahead. Rabbi Shlomo, take it away.
I want to thank you, Bishop Robert Stern, Eagles Wings, and all our friends. We thank you for standing with us, supporting us. We need you with us. And I guarantee to you, nothing happened. We have witnessed with us 25 years that the groups and all the groups that I'm leading here, we never got anybody, any person hurt. So you can feel safe, and just read Psalm 23 and follow that. It will be safe. We will know what to do in any situation, and we prepare you so we don't put you in risk in any moment, but in the same time, we will see whatever it's possible to see. And thank you for being partner with us and standing with us. And I will say it in Hebrew, Toda Rabba. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shlomo. Rabbi Natan, your final thoughts.
My final thoughts are, only a bishop can tell a rabbi he only has 2 minutes. So my request is the following. The world is not used to war. The world, thank God, does not really understand what war is. And that's why people can think that it's just about politics and who I should vote for and what slogan or tagline I should use on my Facebook. I'm asking anybody that's watching this, when you put your children to bed tonight, imagine that you're kissing them and making sure that their bedroom is clear so you can pick them up and run them to the mamad, to the bomb shelter. When you kiss your husband or wife good night tonight, think about the fact that your husband may need to run out into the line of fire in order to protect your own family. When you close your doors tonight and you lock your doors tonight, imagine the Israelis that are locking their doors and closing their bomb shelters to keep those enemies out. This is real. This is no Hollywood. This is life and death, and every single one of us know that God is watching over us. But the reality is that although God is watching over us, we will probably lose people. And those people, unlike our enemies, we love every life. We fight for life. We stand for life. So I bless all of you with life. Am Yisrael Chai, nation
Amen.
of Israel, and those that stand with Israel live forever. God bless you all.
Amen. Folks, thanks for tuning in. Please hit the share button. Please get the word out. We will continue to go live every time there are urgent developments. So keep it tuned here. Sign up and be connected in every way possible with Eagle's Wings. And together, make sure that we are continuing Psalm 122:6. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. God bless you. We love you. Am Yisrael Chai.